Hey you guys, it's your girl T. I hope everybody's doing well. So I want to come on here and do a few videos today. I know I haven't done a few videos in a few days. I've been pretty busy. You guys know, if you guys follow me on Instagram, I had a really good time at the wedding yesterday. It was nice to get dressed up and get out the dang on house, okay? So anyways, a lot of folks have been wanting me to talk about the whole Alicia Keys story, okay? Right now, there seems to be an issue with Alicia Keys versus Black Twitter. And the whole situation went down Thursday when she released her new song. It's a heartfelt song called Blended Families. And she's basically dedicating the entire song to Mashonda. And for those of you guys who don't know who Mashonda is the woman that was married to Swiss Beats. She has a child by Swiss Beats. And while they were together, Alicia Keys basically, quote unquote, took her husband. And now Alicia Keys is married to Swiss Beats and they have 2 kids together. So a lot of folks were kind of shook, like, okay, boo, you were the side chick turned devoted wife. Why the hell would you make a song and dedicate it to Mashonda? Why are you rubbing this in her face? You know, so a lot of people had things to say. I had a few things to say about the situation. It was just really, really strange. I want you guys to go ahead and check out these comments, these tweets, and what folks had to say on social media. Check this out, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary. All right, so you guys just saw the comments, the tweets, and what folks had to say. Now, I did go ahead and I did listen to the song. And I mean, I thought the song was pretty good. It wasn't like a horrible song or anything like that. But a lot of folks were kind of really, really disturbed by the situation. A lot of people have not been feeling Alicia Keys for years because of how the whole situation went down. You guys can thank Mashonda for basically starting Love and Hip Hop. For those of y'all who don't know, Mashonda was on the very first season of Love and Hip Hop New York. While she was on the show, she used this as a platform to basically get herself known, put her business out there, tell everybody about what went down between her, Swiss Beats, and Alicia Keys. She really went in. So this is why a lot of people are upset by Alicia Keys trying to dedicate this song to Mashonda, because we all remember her ass crying first season about how, you know, Swiss Beats left her in that big ass house with no power and no water and all this other bullshit. I want you guys to go ahead and watch a small snippet of this VH1 clip that I found. Check this out, and I'm going to come back with the rest of my commentary.
She's moving out of the house that her and Swiss shared while they were married. It's just too big for her to be there alone with her son. I hadn't been there a month, so I was kind of shocked to see the condition that it was in.
Hi. This place has been abandoned. What is going on out there?
It's the forest.
Oh my God, it looks crazy. Sorry.
Wow. It's so empty now.
A lot of issues arose and things just, fell apart.
When you leave here, this is gonna be it. That's gonna be
This is the closing of the door.
closing of that chapter.
That's why I'm so happy to move.
It's not just about her husband, it's about her life. You're losing your home, you're losing your everything. So what's gonna happen with the house?
The house is actually in foreclosure.
How could he let his house go in foreclosure?
To me, it was more about how do you let this happen to your family? We were kids when we met, so it's like you just automatically feel like there's supposed to be some kind of loyalty there, some kind of respect. So this is Kasim's little memory lane. I kind of kept these pictures hanging just for his sake because I want him to know that his parents came from, a healthy, loving relationship, and it's important for him to see that.
Wow. How old is he right here?
He was about 8 months old right there.
8 months. Well, how old was he when?
Probably a month after that.
Wow.
I keep those pictures up for him just so he can know his dad and know that there's love. So I hope you have learned a lot from my situation.
I see what can happen. Yeah. You know what I mean? I know all of it can end at any minute.
It's just more of a reason for you to be on top of your game.
I mean, to see Mashonda going through all of this and her circumstances and her divorce, I mean, it's shocking. And I'm not even married. She's absolutely right. Like, I need to get on my game.
Hi.
K-Mac.
K-Mac.
Good to meet you, Emily.
I went to the studio to see Mashonda. Her ex-husband, Swiss Beatz, recently got married to Alicia Keys. So I went by to check on her because I knew how devastated she was from the divorce. How are you, about the whole wedding thing?
I mean, you see these magazines and you're like, I can't go to the supermarket without...
Don't tell me there's a magazine up there with
Yeah,
You're lying. Wow, that's crazy.
I try to stay away from all that stuff because it's just negative.
Alicia's dream wedding.
She has a song called Karma. What goes around comes around, what goes up must come down. So you listen to these records and you feel like girl power. And then you get this.
All right, so you guys just watched the clip. So, a lot of folks want to know my opinion about this. I'm not feeling the whole dedication to Mashonda. It just looks weird to me. I'll never forget seeing pictures of all three of them on vacation. I understand they're trying to make their family work, which is a good thing because the kids do need to know each other as brothers and sisters. But I do find it weird that she'd be willing to go on vacation with them. And she's sitting there while Swiss Beatz is kissing on the new girl that he was playing you for. She just comes off as a little bit off to me. I don't know if, maybe the spousal support checks are just that good. But personally, I would just take my check and move on with my life. I would not be worried about what Alicia Keys and my ex-husband are up to. And nor would I need them to dedicate anything to me. But let's keep it real. It takes two, okay? Nobody can steal anything from anybody. Nobody can steal a husband. Nobody can steal a wife. There are obviously issues in the relationship already. And I noticed that Alicia Keys gets a lot of blame, which she rightly deserves, because she tries to put out this whole, pro-female and woman empowerment. And, she came out with the song Karma. And, we need to be together. She's so very, very pro-woman. And so when she got involved in the scandal, it definitely made me give her the side eye. But it just let me know that at the end of the day, like I said, I never look up to these celebrities. I don't put them on pedestals. These people are just people at the end of the day, and people have flaws, okay? So again, I think Swiss Beatz deserves just as much blame as Alicia Keys does, because it's with Swiss Beatz' marriage, not Alicia Keys's. So if he didn't have enough respect for his wife to not be out here cheating on her, that was on Swiss Beatz. Another thing I find funny is that they have this song Blended Families and they're dedicating it to Mashonda. But what about Jahan Sebastian? A lot of folks forgot about her. Now, Jahan Sebastian is a woman over there in the UK that Swiss Beatz was smashing while he was married to Mashonda, and he was dating Alicia Keys. So she got pregnant in between both of them, and she had Swiss Beatz' daughter, Nicole Dean. So I found that funny that they didn't dedicate anything to her. So if this was really something genuine and you guys were genuinely wanting to, support blended families, then why not include all the babies' mothers? Why just use Mashonda? So I just don't understand the whole point of the dedication. The song is not bad, but I do feel like they're using Mashonda's vulnerability to justify their wrongdoing. And I feel like they might have some guilty consciences, and that's why they're trying to dedicate this to her, and that's why they're trying to put up this united front. But I'm not buying it because, like I said, there are two other babies' mothers, not just Jahan Sebastian, but let's not forget Swiss Beatz has an older son. I didn't see any mention of his mother's name either. So Swiss Beatz has 4 babies' mothers, but yet and still they only dedicate this to Mashonda. And I feel like the only reason why they're dedicating it to Mashonda is to make themselves look good in the public eye. Once again, because of all the drama that went down from Love and Hip Hop New York, because that's the memory that a lot of people have of Mashonda and the whole Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys situation. And I think the reason why they're dedicating it to her and the reason why she's speaking out and, you know, telling them thank you and all that stuff is so they can kind of all repair their image. Because like I said, if this was really genuine, this was about, you know, their families blending, why not include the other two babies' mothers? At the end of the day, this to me seems more like a family affair that really shouldn't even be put on social media. One thing I do get tired of is, you know, when it comes to celebrities, they try and romanticize and try and make wrongdoings look okay. If this was just some regular people, if this was, you know, Alicia Keys and Swiss Cheese, nobody would be giving them props. Nobody would be making excuses. You know what I'm saying? I feel like certain things just need to be kept off social media. They could have just as well kept the dedication private as opposed to putting it all out there. You know, my personal opinion, you know, marriages happen, divorces happen, people break up, people cheat, you know, things happen. But at the end of the day, I don't respect this union like that because how everything went down. And it seemed to me watching Mashonda on that show, she was very wounded, she was very hurt. And I'm happy that she seems to have come a long way and that they're all getting together. That's a good thing. But to me personally, the only blended family, like I said before on Twitter, the only blended family that I respect is Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Sheree Fletcher. That to me is an epitome of a blended family. Why? Because when Will Smith and Sheree were married, they decided to get a divorce because they really, you know, they just were on two different platforms, okay? They got a divorce. Once he was divorced, then, you know, a while later, he started dating Jada Pinkett Smith. There was no creeping. He was not cheating on Sheree. Sheree was not cheating on him. So that to me is the epitome of a blended family. The way that Jada Pinkett and Sheree Fletcher get along to me is just, I mean, it's wonderful. You know, Trey has always said that he looks at both of these women as his mother. He calls them both moms. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they all get along together, they go to all the kids' birthday parties and events and things like that. Sheree is just as supportive of Willow and Jaden as she is her own son, and the same with Jada. So that to me, if you want to look up to a blended family, if you want to see how a good blended family works, I think that Will Smith and Jada and Sheree are the perfect example of that. The reason why they can be like that is because there was no infidelity. There was no hurt. They decide to just kind of go their separate ways, you know, but when you have somebody cheating on you and playing you and having outside babies, that can be very hard to be them. That can be very extremely hard to then be cool with that other woman, you know, so to each his own. But at the end of the day, I also feel like if we're going to blame Alicia Keys, you also need to blame Swiss Beats. I don't think that he should not receive any fault or shade for the situation because, again, this was his marriage, not hers. So anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this entire situation. Have you guys heard the song Blended Families? How do you feel about it? And then how do you guys feel about the dedication? Do you feel like Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats are doing a bit too much? Or do you feel like that's on Mashonda? She wants to, you know, accept it and be part of it. That's on her. And then how do you feel about this entire situation in general? Because we all know this has been like a thing on the blog for like the past 5-6 years. You know, this has always been an ongoing thing. People have talked about this off and on over the past few years. So let's go ahead and get the discussion popping. Go ahead and leave a comment. All right. Deuces. Hey you guys, it's your girl T. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share my videos. You can also visit Lovelyti.com to purchase any merchandise. Also, don't forget to click the boxes down below to watch any of my previous videos. Talk to y'all later. Deuces.